And we are jumping into video 5, knowing the composition panel. So we are going into the third and final of the most important panels, I like to say. So we've gone from our project panel where we store everything and have everything from our project and compositions into our timeline where everything happens work-wise, and now we're going to go into the panel where we're going to view everything. So this is the visibility of our composition. So jumping into this composition panel, we're going to look at the top really quick and noticing that this is the composition we're working on. So if we wanted to maybe find a different composition, maybe one of that I've been working on more recently, it should be, depending on how many you're working on, you'll have a list here. I can close this panel, lock it, other things of that nature. But right underneath that, so this is the project, the composition that we're currently working on. But if I look to the right, we're actually going to notice this is the composition that is nested inside of this project panel. And the way I'll show you later on when we get into lower thirds and the creation of them and using compositions, it's going to help you because I use this so I can actually create a title within this professor's name, Annette Taylor, and I would change it here and it would actually automatically show up within this composition. So it'll be something cool, a little feature we're going to learn later on in the semester. But those are some quick things that we're going to notice within a composition panel. But now I'm going to jump down to these icons below at the very bottom of our composition panel. This first one is our always preview this view. We're going to look at that a little bit later, but that's our first one that we're going to look at. And just knowing that it's there. The next one is our magnification ratio group, and this is, as you notice, selected up to fit to up to 100%. I can change the aspect ratio if I wanted to, so if I wanted to zoom in or if I wanted to make it very large, if I have stuff going on in this work area in the gray space, I could do so. But I like to keep it up to the 100% or the fit up to 100% in case I were to change our panels and just make them larger or smaller. As you notice, as I do so, if I make this timeline panel smaller below or make the project panel, composition panel bigger, it then will fit up to 100% aspect ratio, which is very nice. The next one we're going to look at is our choose grid and guide options. And so when I select that, we've got our title action safe. So if I select that, it's going to bring up that grid, which we're going to look at when we get into our text animation. So I'm going to deselect that. Some other ones I've got are proportional grid, or grid, guides, rulers. As you notice, the rulers is selected. So if I go up into our composition, I can see on the side here, this is actually where our rulers are. And if I select guides, I notice that these two blue guide bars actually were became visible because that's what I was working on earlier. And when I deselect them or deselect the guides, they will go back to being invisible. So that way I can work and not, have to worry about seeing those when I export my project composition. The next one we're going to look at is our toggle mask and shape path visibility. This is when we start to work with shapes and some of our masks. We're going to have handles that will show up on the sides, and sometimes they might get in the way, so you'll be able to click and deselect that to make them invisible. So we'll look at that again in later chapters, but that's where that icon is. The next one, which we'll work with a lot, again, this is our current time, which again is connected to our timeline down here. So when I'm scrubbing along, I notice that that will change within our composition panel. So if I want to go to a second exactly, I notice that I'm at that 1 second exactly. So that's right there, our current time. Next one, we've got take a snapshot. Don't use that this icon that often, but if I wanted to, all you have to do is select it, and it takes the picture. And if I were to be moving along and I wanted to go to this next one, which is show that snapshot, I would just hold it down and it would show what I took a snapshot of. Again, I don't use that often. Some people may, but if you have questions about that, we can look at that. Take a snapshot. Just taking the picture. Next one we're going to go to is our show channel colors. Okay, so this is our color management settings. And if I select that, I've got my RGBs, which is going to be showing my basic broadcast colors of red, greens, and blues. But I can select just a specific color if I want to work in that, or the alpha. Well, again, later on, we're going to be looking at this in more detail, but just knowing that this is where we can do that color management right here with the RGBs. And the next one we're going to look at is our resolution. So I've got it on full, but if I'm working on a very elaborate project and it's very complex and it's going to take a long time to render, or the CPU to process what I've got going on, I might drop it down to quarter if I'm just making quick changes to see how it's basically going to look before I render it out in full resolution. But I usually keep it on full, but you can again drop those into different resolutions for your rendering out. A lot of these other icons we're going to look at in later chapters, just so you guys don't get confused. But I will jump to this one right here, this transparency grid, just knowing that when I was working on this lower third, I wanted to be able to go over graphics and that we'd be able to see through this actual icon right here. So that way if I select it or deselect it, now it's going to show up a white background. So if I were to render this out, this white background would actually be there, or actually black background most likely. But if I wanted to make it transparent, I select that and it brings up this white and gray checkerboard, which shows that it's transparent. So that pretty much is everything in our composition in a nutshell. But you know, with knowing that how intricately these are tied together, the composition and our timeline, plus how much we're going to be working with our project panel. So those three panels are very important for you guys to remember and know the basics of how to navigate within those panels. So that's again our composition panel that we just looked at.